Pod in the City is a Sex in the City podcast and thus contains adult themes and explicit content. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Pod in the City. I'm Amanda.
And I'm John.
We're two besties who bonded over Sex in the City in college.
And now, 20 years later, we're reliving it like it's our very first time. It's season 4, episode 4. What's sex got to do with it? Carrie continues to date Ray, but finds he has an ADHD problem. Miranda substitutes chocolate for sex. Charlotte deals with Trey getting a little too overconfident in bed. And Samantha tells the girls she's in a relationship with Maria and is now a lesbian.
That was good reading, Joan.
A lesbian.
You got into some character there.
Oh my God, y'all.
I need to switch my camera. I look. Do you ever switch your camera?
No.
Like, do you ever unmirror your camera? Because
No.
it's like, it like shows you never.
I don't want to.
It looks crazy.
I know I have a very asymmetrical face.
Me too.
So I don't. No, I know one side is like much like.
It's just what everyone else sees you. It's like an uncanny valley version of yourself, but it's actually how people see you. Because we only ever see a mirror version of ourselves. You know what I mean?
Maybe I should look at it more because people seem to just find me beguiling.
Like so cute.
You know.
Just extra cute. Guys.
Anyway, hi guys.
Hi, if you were at our live, thank you for joining us. We had a fabulous live. So many people joined us, and it's just such a lovely, welcoming, warm group of queer group too. A lot of queer weirdos too. Queer
Also,
in ways.
if you're one of our listeners, like solely our audio people, this might have been the first time you heard the live because I don't know what got up my butt, but I thought let's put them on the hearing part. Anyway, if you're watching us on YouTube, could you hit subscribe, hit like, hit share? Maybe you just found us because you love Sex in the City. Maybe you I don't know how you found us. Maybe someone shared us to you. That's what I'm constantly begging people is you have to have at least one friend who is a snarky bitch, who wants to hear, people who don't really know what they're talking about, but talk overconfidently about everything. I don't know. Just share our videos with them and love us. But you could also go to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/podandthecity. Right now we're doing our holiday month over there. And we just did The Holiday. Gotta love it. We're doing Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas, Love Actually, and Last Holiday. I'm excited because I haven't seen any of these. I never actually watched
for Love Actually because you just haven't. No, you're the one that's kind of taking notes on that, and I would say for that one, I highly recommend. All you need to do is just write down who's it. It's vignettes. Did you know that? It's just like vignettes.
They
it's
don't
just
cross into each other, or
they do, but it's 12 separate stories. So just write those. I don't know if it's 12, but it's about 12. But just write those down. Just write down Colin Firth / Portuguese girl, and then write Emma Thompson, Liam Neeson, and then Rowan Atkinson's kind of an angel, but then that got cut, but people still see him as an angel. There's a lot of lore. I've listened to a million podcasts. You'll hear.
Oh my God, I'm scared. I've heard.
You should be scared.
I think I was under this guys that Love Actually is a good movie. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but typically we're bitchy about lots of stuff anyway. But Amanda's favorite movie is Requiem for a Dream, so you use that as your barometer of taste.
Second favorite movie, Sex in the City. It is. Third, Waiting for Guffman. Fourth, South Park movie. Fifth, League of Their Own. It's a well-rounded 5, I must say.
Guys, if you're listening, if you're watching, wherever, could you watch our weekly roundup? Or could you look at the other videos we post every week? Check them out. Try them. Who knows? please.
No, we didn't
that'd be
get as
really
much.
great.
We didn't get any backlash for this Meet the Queens one. Thank God.
That's because we haven't really gotten any views on it. So
Fine.
if you guys could view
Fine.
it, share it, and hype, that'd be
And say
amazing.
nice. Don't be like, you fat millennials. Fuck
Well,
you.
I hope I want to get some engagement on it. So if you want to talk shit about us, go ahead.
Yeah.
Whatevs. I'm in my living and loving phase. You know what I was living and loving this episode, but what I wasn't living and loving is the treatment of Samantha again, continually. One, as this oversexed, jizzed up old lady who just like needs to get banged all over the place, and her own friends think she's a big old skankarella.
Her three best friends.
Add in the extra layer that now, because she's decided, I mean, she has very quickly declared herself a lesbian, which that isn't what someone would call themselves nowadays, because she isn't technically a lesbian.
She would just kind of say, I'm dating a woman. I'm
right?
dating a woman.
Yeah. But she boldly declares herself a lesbian. I mean, lesbians watching, tell me if I'm wrong. I believe that she wouldn't declare herself a lesbian because she's not really saying she's only into women. She's just dating a woman now. But the way that they act about her doing that is, it's very interesting because times have changed so much. You know, that Mormon wives thing just came out about where that one drank his wife's
the Lucky Charms or whatever.
Yeah.
Twix
and
tricks.
Yeah, and it's just like back when Sex and the City was out, there was a urine storyline technically, but Samantha being with Maria was considered taboo, I guess.
Samantha's kind of pan, right? Is that what she'd be? She kind of
I don't know, because she's never with women beyond. They never.
I wish
on the show beyond.
I wish they had explored that. Actually,
agreed. I think, and if the show existed now, which the show that should not be named, doesn't exist in the canon, and of course she wasn't a part of it, I would think that they would probably have had her be like in, I don't know, at least an orgy with women involved or something, don't you think?
She almost had that threesome with Richard and that young
Oh yeah, but then they end up pushing her out of the bed.
Yeah, she calls him old.
I saw a hilarious, it was one of it was someone, sorry, but they posted it, but it wasn't really originally them who posted it. It was the screenshot of them from someone from Twitter who it was Daily Mail. Which
called X.
Gross. And Daily Mail is a horrible.
Yeah, Daily Mail. I blocked them on TikTok.
The freaking thing was titled "Someone and Sex and the City villain Mikhail Baryshnikov." That was how he was labeled on this article, was Sex and the City villain Mikhail Baryshnikov.
I mean, I guess he's a villain. Is he?
Well, I think he is considered by people. He would be considered.
Jody hates him, but he's not though. He was also very forthcoming with exactly what he was expecting out of this relationship and what he can offer her, and she fucking went along with it and then screamed at Miranda for it.
I think he would be considered a villain by watchers who want the best for our Carrie, and yet our Carrie continues to disappoint ultimately.
Do you think Samantha could have been good with Mikhail, with that character? I feel like the two of them would have had a great power. They would have been a fucking power couple.
I don't know, because I don't really love her with what's his face? What is that? A Coke Zero?
Yeah, it's a cherry Coke Zero, but isn't that pretty?
That.
It matches our background, Joan.
Oh my god.
Canada.
People are like, shut the F up.
Shut the fuck
up. Mikhail Baryshnikov. Anyway, yeah, he would be considered a villain because we care about her. What were you saying? Oh no, I don't want Samantha with another powerful person because I don't want her wings clipped. I much preferred her with like Smith Jared because he allowed her to be just a boss bitch.
Because he was a cuck ass bitch.
Exactly. I want. That's what I want her.
He
with.
actually is a cuck ass bitch because he waited downstairs while she fucked Richard that time.
When we get to that episode, I think I will cry.
I cried the first. I remember feeling that moment so much.
So did I, and I think
let's get out of here.
Like 15.
Yeah, I can relate to this so well. Let's get into this episode because I only have 45 minutes at this point.
Well, we were in it, baby. I was disgusted at the way that they hated her being a lesbian. I think it's just diabolical.
And it was played for comedy. However, I will give them props for allowing her to be the winner at the end, although they trash it in the next episode. Maria's a crazy psycho bitch. But it does have all the women, like in my episode description, I wrote, Charlotte says at one point, this is the healthiest thing Samantha's ever done. But I'm like, but how can you say that? Because she hasn't really name one toxic storyline Samantha's had up until this point. It'd be hard to think of. I can think of about 11 for the three of y'all. All of you've done is made bad dating decisions.
I think that in their eyes, the fact that Samantha just has sex with these men.
But so do they in the exact same way she does.
But they have the intent to be in a relationship with them. Yeah. And Samantha's more powerful and like, I mean, it comes down to that idea. Like, we still are like constrained by this idea that like, you know, if you have sex with people that you are not like emotionally invested with, you are like a dirty person. I mean, like, that's still considered like, oh my God, you're just scandalous. Having sex with someone that you aren't like trying to like have children with and eventually marry and all that is like considered right. Yeah. We're still on that.
Not so much nowadays. I'd be interested to see how this plays.
I think people are slut shamed still majorly.
Yeah, of course. But let's just get right in here. So we start right out with Carrie and Ray King, who's played by, what's his face?
Craig Bierko.
Craig Bierko played the music man, as did Hugh Jackman. I feel like Craig Bierko is probably way better.
He's insufferable as Ray. He plays it really well, but
he does play it. He plays it really well. And like, he's got, like, as I said last time, he was really being shopped around on a ton of pilots in the 90s and stuff. He's got a very good face for, like, he looks like a male stand-up comedian. Like, he looked, like, good-looking, like, not super good-looking, but good-looking enough where he's got a really big ego.
He has a nice voice.
He does have a nice voice. He's charming. Mm-hmm. And I don't, but okay. So we'll start right out here. Things are going well. New York City, no matter how well you think you know it, there's always someone or somewhere someone new to discover. I was on my second date with Ray King, who lived in Queens. Oh, that's why it shows her like walking on the Queensboro Bridge right at the end. Okay. Although it felt like our second.
And do you think they named him Ray King just so that they could have the joke?
I can't
Ray
believe
King lives in Queens.
Okay, yes. Yes. The answer
this is where they should have never done And Just Like That, because I would have never rewatched Sex in the City and been like, oh, they would have done that And Just Like That. Or been like, oh, I see why, like, where they did that. Because again, like watching Charlotte do her face acting, especially when Maria's shown, I'm like, oh, that's And Just Like That. And I see where it doesn't translate as well. I mean, I'm not going to say And Just Like That again.
I think you will. But here's listen to this next.
The next 5 minutes.
Listen to this next line. You're going to get triggered. Although it felt like our second, third, and fourth date because we'd been to 3 jazz clubs in one night. No, ma'am.
What do you even do? What's happening different at these jazz clubs?
Nothing. And he's going, listen to this. He shushes her at one point in this episode. And like, that is just so definitively where this would be over.
Now, I like jazz. Okay. I like jazz.
I love jazz.
I don't hate jazz. I just think sometimes it goes on too long. People don't know when to just like.
What Carrie says is correct, but she's like, it's just all over the place. Like, that is kind of just play the right notes. As Angela.
I also would appreciate, you know what? I could see going to 3 different jazz clubs if there were singers involved, but they only ever show it just music, just the instruments. And it's like, get a woman up there and I'd be like, yeah, I'll listen to this all night. Right?
You know who I went to a jazz club with?
No.
Because was it Jay Schwa that set up those Christmas presents for us last year?
Oh yeah, it
and
was.
Like my gift was to like I chose. It was like a series of restaurants I could have chosen, but I chose a jazz club and I took the guy that reminds me of Ray. And there was a singer.
There's like a jazz club there like that.
Yeah, we had to drive into like BFE. It was like a blizzard out, and I was with that fucking guy. It was like the worst. I should have. I still regret. I should have just taken Justine somewhere.
I would love that. The last time I was in Vegas, I went to this thing and watched like this woman sing and she had like a 3-piece band behind her, and I was living for that.
Yeah, it was more the company, but anyway,
I wouldn't want to be driving for a blizzard either.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would be fine with doing that with Justine. Anyway, so that's that. Carrie's trying to ask him questions. This scene is very well written and acted by both of them. I just want to say,
they have chemistry.
They do, and they both know exactly what the dynamic is supposed to be. Where he's mentioning things like, "Oh, I learned that on the Jersey Shore," and she's like trying to ask him questions. This is kind of like the fuck buddy episode, kind of, because it's like, well, we have great sex, but like maybe I can turn this into something more. But she's trying to ask, oh, Jersey Shore, is that where you grew up? And he keeps shushing her and playing different instruments. And oh, I love jazz. Listen to this. And she's like, I don't like jazz. And he's like, why would you
think her relationship here with Ray is a reactionary relationship coming off of Big still, and it's reactionary to what happened in the last episode, which was her and Big at their friendship date situation or whatever. So
it is this is almost a sunken cost fallacy already, where
it's like one of those things where you're like,
work out.
Yeah, like you try, or like you thought something because you were stuck in this one situation.
Well,
it got you out of something, but it didn't. It's not what you really want.
And I find the very last scene of this very relatable, where she's decided, well, I'm going to have to break up with him, but first we'll fuck. So they do. And then they wake up in bed. And the quickness at which this moves is very true to life, I thought, because she's like, maybe I should stop trying to make him what he's not and just accept him for what he is, mind-blowing sex. And then a minute later, she sees him playing the banjo naked, and she's like, never mind.
No offense. Sorry, I can't remember who it was. One of our lovely listeners who was called me out for saying something, which I can't actually even remember what I said. Something about a bass solo, which I don't hate. Yeah. I think they could go on a little long. But where was I going with that?
Oh, you just wanted to call out the person that called you out?
No, I didn't. I really didn't. It actually had to do with that. It's too bad Amanda's memory, like immediate memory, isn't as strong either. Like,
very specific.
Remembering what we just said. No, she can just remember like really detailed shit from forever ago. What were you saying?
He stands her. He plays her like a bass. This was sexy, I thought. I mean, I wasn't turned on because I already hate Ray, but this could be sexy because he's playing her like a bass, and then
he does do that, and they did it much more tastefully than they would have done in
and just like that, he would have shit himself while doing it. He would have accidentally shit his
Carrie would have been like,
gross. I have a cough due cold. Okay, so now we're at I have a cough due cold. I do. I have a cough. It's like
What
it
the
won't
fuck
go
does
away.
a cough do cold?
It's a Forrest Gump line. He says that in Forrest Gump. He goes, I have a cough, do cold. I have a cough, do cold.
Oh.
But that is what I have. Okay, so now we're at the diner. This is a great scene. Miranda's very silly in this episode. A lot of really funny face acting with Miranda here. But Carrie so they're like, Carrie, what did you do last night? And she goes, I listened to jazz. And they're like, what? What's so fucking funny, Mary Brown? And she's like, Ray played me like a bass. And then she goes, last night I had the most intense orgasm of my life. Miranda goes, I did my laundry. Continue. She goes, it barely makes sense. I barely know him. We've only been on 2 dates.
Now, there's a double standard here. Because if Samantha sat down at that table, I'm gonna just say this whole episode is the Justice for Samantha episode.
Mm-hmm.
If Samantha sat down at that table and was like, honey, I just had the most amazing orgasm of my life last night, they'd be like, oh, well, what else is new?
They'd be like, shh. Or they'd be like, Samantha, people, you know that when
can hear you, Samantha.
Mm-hmm. When Carrie says that about the orgasm, Samantha's reaction is she grabs her heart and goes, oh, because she's not embarrassed or thrown off because she's a good friend. She wants her friend to have good orgasms. So then Carrie goes, well, I've only been on 2 dates. And Charlotte goes, yet you had sex with him. All judgy, like a bitch. And they discuss this and like, Miranda says, I've sworn off of sex. Like, I can't do it anymore. I can't go on any more bad dates. And Samantha goes, well, I'm dating someone I actually like, Maria. And then Charlotte goes, my Maria from the gallery. And Samantha goes, well, she's my Maria now. We're having a relationship. And then immediately they're like,
you would think that Amanda, you would think that Samantha, it is weird. You have a name that is close to Miranda and Samantha.
And Samantha, yeah.
It'd be like freaking Miranda. My God.
Mm-hmm.
As though Samantha had I don't know, killed a puppy on the table. They basically throw everything off and are like, you're a whore. You're a skanky whore.
Well, she said,
wear this red letter L on your shirt, you nasty lesbo. It's like,
I think the joke is well written here because she goes, yes, ladies, I'm a lesbian. And then Carrie goes, wait a second, you're in a relationship? That was a good joke. That's a really good joke. And she goes, she just walked in, so get those looks off your faces. So Maria joins them. And then we smash cut to out on the street without Samantha, and they're just talking shit.
There's also a funny little moment there too, though, when Maria comes over, they're all like, hi, nice to meet you. And Maria's like, you just told them about us, didn't you? And, it's like a sight gag. But again, the timing of that is what makes that successful.
Yep. As opposed to everything. I just like that. We're in the street, and these are the lines here. How does that work? You go to bed one night and you wake up the next morning and poof, you're a lesbian. I forgot to tell you, I'm a fire hydrant. Oh, I'm a shoe. I always wanted to be one, and now I am. I don't think she's a lesbian. She just ran out of men, Charlotte says. And then she goes, then you go on strike. You don't eat pussy. That's what Miranda says. And then Carrie goes, the truly amazing thing is I had the news tonight. I had the most intense, mind-blowing orgasm of my life. And Samantha still managed to upsex me.
So I think it's no one cares about your intense orgasm, really.
Yeah, great.
Girl, I'd be like, okay.
How much time did you expect to spend on that?
What did you want?
What more
Carrie Bradshaw, who acts like you don't really want to talk about your sex life, and when you are asked about it, you giggle. What did you want him to be like? How many knuckles in? I mean, how did he play you? 3 fingers or 2? I mean, is that what she was really expecting? No.
I don't know.
Check yourself, Carrie. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Charlotte is now with Trey, and her and Trey are now conquering the bed. Because I don't think they spent enough time explaining he looks hot. Is that what you said?
He looks hot in this episode.
He goes, do you want a glass of wine first? I don't think he acts that gross. Anyway, they fall into bed and they're successful at fucking. Meanwhile,
In fact,
Miranda,
his John Thomas has
John
never been
Thomas.
harder.
They have successful sex, and then we smash cut to Miranda, aka Amanda Kaczynski, just wandering around a baking shop and just being like, "One, please." I mean, girl.
Okay, if you were at this bake shop, though, what she gets is chocolate eclairs. That sounds good. Would you get that?
I used to work at
Like an
Martha's
eclair?
Bakery in Astoria. You know Martha's Bakery? There's like a few locations. It's like kind of, it was awful.
Oh,
but we worked with and we were just allowed to eat whatever we wanted all day because there's so many desserts going in and out, and like you have to throw them out like within a couple of days. So they're like you could eat anything. Anyway,
I would get exponentially fatter within.
It was hard. I'm not a sweets gal, thank God. But if it was like a sweet and salty station I worked at, it would be very like a shrimp or like a nachos all day long. I would.
Didn't they have like a croissant?
Yeah, but that's still not. They have like spinach pies that I would get pretty down and dirty with.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but her whole storyline is that. Can we just talk about Miranda's storyline?
Yeah, we could do it with Charlotte. We could do actually.
Let's do that. It
makes the most sense with the way this episode is broken up to just
because otherwise we're just, and I've seen this episode so many times and I don't really need to say anything specific word wise, but so Miranda's storyline is that she is sworn off sex because she can't go on any more bad dates. So I think in today's day, if you were doing this episode, you would just have Miranda discovering how awesome it is to be single and just be in your own space and just get to like veg out every night. It could be like that every day if you want, guys.
But in 2001, God forbid a woman eat cake.
Oh, it's embarrassing that she's just. I mean, obviously, this is the issue here is what, that she's depressed. Because what
the issue here is that if she eats too much cake, she'll become a fatty, and of course, by pot in the city, by Sex and the City standards. She's fat.
But it seems like at the end, she makes the choice to swear off the not dating by masturbating. I mean, like, you could have just been masturbating the whole time, though. I thought the issue was that you didn't want to date. Why are you not having orgasms?
The masturbating and then eating the cake.
At the same time?
No, at the same time.
But what do you mean? Well, that sounds great. Like, what a great night.
Masturbate when you finish.
Yeah.
And then, like, as your cigarette or whatever afterwards, you have the cake.
It sounds amazing. I mean, this is more just about, like, not having control over. This is why, like, I don't keep things in my house. Ever. I don't keep snacks in my house. Because they are gone in the same day that you buy them.
I could not make a cake like this. I want to. Watching it like this, it looks so good.
It looks so, like, whoever made that.
So moist.
That prop. It's so moist. I think there must have been, like, zucchini chopped up in there or something. Or pumpkin.
It was just the way she slices it and then takes, like a
I'll never forget. And, like, she definitely waited. She actually waited to put the frosting on, but the cake was cold, which I'm never able to do. So it's a perfect frosting, like,
I like if you take like the frosting in the can, and then you like heat it up.
Oh yeah,
and then you pour it, and it's like poured on the cake because then it like gets kind of crunchy on top. I have not done that. I don't think in 20 years, but I would do that today. In fact, I think I might. This has inspired me.
She has this. She goes to like buy another cake, but it's like way too expensive. He's like, that'll be 75 something, and I'm
there was a good transition here because Samantha is gonna like eat. Well, she isn't gonna eat Maria's vagina. She's just looking at Maria's vagina, and it like pulls out and like fades into the bakery case, and there's a cake that is like. Has a topper on it that looks like a vagina with a raspberry slit and everything on it.
It's so good.
It's really well done. And then it cuts up to Miranda looking at the eclair. And it's like, instead of buying the 7 eclairs that she wanted, Miranda decided that she would buy. And then she's like, cake. And then they say that the cake's going to be $75, which By 2001
I know.
standards, that is a lot. But
Like
that
that's what I would expect it to be though in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Though. At a
I would
store
expect
like
it to have been that in 2000 in New York City. I mean, for the
Yeah.
type of cake it was, it had this chocolate dome with these
Mhm.
things on it and whatever. I'm surprised she also just didn't buy it. But then
Yeah,
it does another good transition to Miranda decided she could make her own for less than $5 and it puts the cake box down. It's just like really visually appealing.
And it's devil's food. And like ever since this episode, I mean, as a binge eater, this episode always stuck with me because the cake looks so good. I always remember that it was devil's food cake and just the Pall Mall spraying the soap in there. I'm like, that's a great trick. It has worked for me before.
I have a bit of trivia for you.
Oh
here.
my God.
This is the 4th episode to be written by Nicole. I am taking this from Reddit, so thanks, Reddit. Credit to Reddit. It's the 4th episode to be written by Nicole Averill and the 8th and final episode to be directed by Alan Coulter, who will go on to direct episodes of The Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire, and For All Mankind.
That's great. Okay, so I love that. It is a wonderfully written and directed episode. It sounds like Michael Basher King didn't have his dirty hands all in it. Yeah. There's a weird moment here where Miranda takes her bright orange garbage can lid off and then just throws the cake in. It bugs me that she doesn't replace the top with it because she does have a cat, and I'm just like, anyone with a pet would just never leave an open garbage can.
My number one bother of that is there's no bag in it.
There is no bag. Yes, thank you. That is what bothered me.
Like,
really bothered me. Are you an animal?
Chocolate cake, a moist, as described, incredibly moist, fudgy chocolate. To people who are triggered by the word moist, sorry, y'all.
I'm not.
Is that still a thing? But she puts this basically like a Matilda Bruce Bogtrotter cake in a plastic bright orange garbage can with no garbage bag.
No liner.
No way in hell is that happening.
By the way, do you know who this week posted content about the word moist versus wet? And they laughed.
Oh, Mary.
Yeah.
The salty birches.
Yeah.
Birches?
Yeah, it's a depressing watch. They're laughing so really hard.
I can't believe that people can watch any of that.
They never get a lot of engagement. They get less engagement than we do on our like roundups that have nothing to do with Sex in the City. And I'm not joking.
I will say to our listeners, you guys are so engaging on all of ours. We get
more so than regular things. Like I feel like just in general, you guys comment a lot more than like other YouTube audiences do. You got like more than me and Jody for sure. Like there's more engagement on one of our videos with way less subscribers than we get on our videos that we post.
We have compassion in our community. Okay.
We do. Where are we? Okay, so now I've lost the script, but so we've wrapped up Miranda's story.
Miranda's is that she wants to buy this cake. She's not gonna. She goes home and makes the cake, and progressively, scene after scene, it's cut in that she's like eating pieces of the cake. She decides then, I shouldn't do this because now I'm just sitting here eating cake, watching Jon Stewart, and I can't be doing that. So then she pours soap on it iconically, which I will remember forever because it's like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I will go back in there and eat it.
She jacks off instead.
Yeah,
what's
so
it called when you jack off but you're a girl?
Just masturbate.
There's got to be another phrase.
Not jack off. We don't say that. But what's another? Okay, so let's kind of get Charlotte and Trey's storyline over with. They're fucking. It's working. She's expecting for him to be
harder than he's ever seen himself. He wants her to measure it when he's rock hard.
See, now we talked about this, and I actually don't think that he's being that crazy. I think that if you've dealt with impotence, and this has been the big issue this whole time, and you've never been that hard, and somebody in the chat said, yet he's able to get it up for jugs. But I don't think that's the problem. I think he really is hard. He's never been this hard before.
I think, and this is a good acting job of Kyle MacLachlan, that the way he says the lines and portrays the character to me is off-putting, but it's not what he's talking about? It's not the like if a guy was like with me and we had whatever and he like whispered in my ear or said it in some kind of hot way, the way he says it is like, I've never seen my John Thomas. I thought it was gonna rocket right off my body or whatever. And like it's just
I think it's kind of earnest though, and he's not. But he's not like sex crazed because she's worried that they're gonna scare his penis. Oh, but he's just impressed. He's like, wow, but she's part of that. I've always felt.
Okay, but if it hadn't been that it had been months and stuff, they got married and he couldn't get hard. This is where it would be a problem because if you are thinking about it at any kind of level deeper than just like, oh, whatever. Like, you know, I don't care about measuring it or whatever. This was his wife who he couldn't even get it hard for the idea of marrying you and like making you his wife. But he can get hard.
That's not sexy though. I mean, to me, getting married.
I would be like, you should get hardest for that.
Okay, well now he is though. So I think in his head,
hard for that, or what's he hard for?
He's like fully in love with her now, and he doesn't see her as a Madonna whore anymore. He sees her as like, he sees her as sexual. He doesn't see her as like the prim and proper girl.
So she though now progresses to asking him to move back in, right?
Well, no, she wants him to she's obsessed with this now, and she wants that to be discussed. But I think that Trey just always, I thought that wasn't even an issue for him. I thought he assumed, well, yeah, of course, we're married, we'll just move back in together. But she needed the conversation to happen immediately. She gets in the shower. She like, you know, has a little crash out, as we've all wanted to do. She like leaves, and then he comes up to, this part was lovely though, where he comes back and he's like, Charlotte, I want you to move back in, be my wife, go to sleep with me every night, wake up with me every morning. She says, alrighty. And they have a little Scottish music playing in the background, and they just are so beautiful together.
You know, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful, you know what this is? A beautiful transition because we did a deep dive about their relationship, and we had a lot of engagement on it from you guys who were saying things like, why not just take Viagra and like do what you need to do or figure it out? And you know, and I kind of agree. But ultimately we wouldn't have gotten Harry. But we do kind of go back and forth of like, was he the one that got away or was he not?
I know, because we love Harry too, of course. No Harry slander over here. Now, so that's that storyline. But now in the middle of this, Carrie's and Samantha's kind of overlaps in that Carrie's having this orgasm. Miranda, so Samantha calls Carrie, and Ray's coming over. And Samantha, like, Ray buzzes, and Carrie's like, okay, come on up. From what we've seen, it's one flight of stairs, and he takes like 5.5 minutes to like walk up the stairs. Carrie's like changing a whole outfit. And Samantha's like, so did you guys talk a lot of trash about me when I left?
But we never saw the first floor in the original series, did we?
Maybe not.
My recollection is seeing it in And Just Like That.
Yeah, maybe we never did.
So I never really knew.
Maybe we never knew what the travel was.
I guess I never really realized Carrie was only like on the second floor. Or are there stories where she's leaning out the window? I guess they've always shown her in that window, but
I think it looks like she's definitely leaned out the window.
Okay, you know what? They were actually doing smart writing here because you know what? Ray got buzzed in, and then he saw a fly, and then he heard a sound, and then he started playing a rhythm on a pipe as he was walking up, and then he started dancing up and down the stairs. Then he saw a person.
I don't know if it's good writing, but that actually was what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe he got distracted. He followed a balloon up the stairs.
That's what I mean. I don't think they were thinking that, but you know.
So Samantha starts saying, like, look, I really have feelings for Maria, and I would like it if you would take me more seriously. And Carrie says, well, we will do that, at the same time that Ray walks in and says, I want a bourbon, and then I want to go down on you. And Carrie, like, does. And, like, Samantha's, like, trying to pour her heart out to Carrie, and Carrie's just, like, being such a bad friend again. Carrie should say, Ray just got here. I will call you. Like, giving Samantha a fucking bit of respect as one of your best friends. And grace a little bit, respect.
Carrie? Respect Samantha?
So rude.
Never heard of it.
I've never liked that scene. I always thought that was super rude. Cause anyway, so
also is Carrie, since when is Carrie like so sex driven that like if a guy's gonna go down on her, she's like,
but she had a mind-blowing orgasm. So that's what this is about, Samantha. I want another mind-blowing orgasm. But in the meantime, Samantha's storyline also is with Maria, and she's the more sex crazed one. And Maria's like, look, this isn't working for me. You can't just like go right down on me. We have to like work up to this. Now I'm more on kind of Samantha's side with this whole thing. I was even in my 20s where I'm like, God, it seems like a lot of fucking work that you got. You see it more in the next episode where you got to talk and you got to bathe each other and wash each other's hair. Like, oh my God.
Well, especially because they're also in their like 30s, like
40.
late
Maria's
30s.
Maria's 50 and Samantha's like 45 here.
In this episode?
Yes, I did look.
Okay. So the fact that like Maria makes Samantha like open her vagina and look at the stuff and all of that before letting her go down on her, it's like, y'all are pretty aged for that. I think she's seen a vagina, but they also play.
I've never seen a vagina.
There is a part that I refuse to also believe here. I'm sorry. Samantha, once she's looked at the vagina, she says, can you believe they get engorged to the size of a fist? That part.
This was all informative to me. I learned a lot of stuff about this. And then they're like, no, a dick is not the same as, she goes, Maria has 10 dicks. And then Charlotte's like, that is not the same thing. And Samantha goes, this is very different. And the way Kim Cattrall does that twirly thing is mesmerizing.
They also say, put that away.
Oh yeah, put that. Yeah, but that is actually funny. It's called a puseta. The way Samantha goes, and the beautiful puseta that is Portuguese for vagina, of course. I liked that whole thing though, that she gets to get up close there, and then Maria squirts at one point. There's a whole bunch of.
But the part that I don't believe is Samantha is like, there's 3 holes down there.
Are there 3 holes down there?
Well, one's your butt.
Is that what one of the holes she's talking about? I think she's talking about vagina.
That's what people mean when they say that women, there's 3 holes down there.
Okay, well then, yeah, everyone knew that. I think she must be talking about something else. There must be a
I don't think so. Because 2 episodes ago or 1 episode ago or whenever, they were telling Charlotte to open herself up and look at herself with a mirror. And you're telling me Samantha doesn't know that there's... I don't believe that. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure she means like the pee hole, the vag hole, and then the.
Oh, but that's weird she'd say that to them because I feel like everyone knew that. But there's a lot of really good moments in here where they have little where they're just flashing back between all 4 storylines while the music plays. Do 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 do, and a lot of sex scenes, a lot of Carrie and Ray fucking. At one point. It like scrolls up and Ray is facing one way and Carrie, like, you think that it's going to be her head at the one side, but it's actually her feet. But then when I went back and watched it, I'm like, logistically, what the fuck is going on here? Is he just like humping her face? Are they 69ing? I guess they were 69ing and he was on top.
69ing with him on top.
Yeah. Because her feet are hanging out of the side of the bed, but then his feet are also on the other side of the bed. So you like see his feet, you scroll up, and then there's her feet at the other side.
Oh, then they were, yeah.
That seems like a lot of work.
But across, what a weird way to do it though, across the bed like that?
Under the covers too, but almost SJP doesn't get naked.
Logistically, I can't think of like.
No, I went back and rewatched the scene because I was trying to figure out like what's going on under there.
I'm just trying to think of my own experiences of like I can't think of a time when I've done that where my legs are hanging off the side of the bed like what, dangling. That would feel just like no,
they aren't. No, her feet are up by the headboard. It scrolls up and you think you're gonna see her.
That's what I thought originally, but then I.
Either way, but anyway, a lot of good like that's where that vagina dessert thing happens because they do a lot of these little transitions. But next, then we have a diner scene where Samantha's not there yet, but Carrie's like, guys, we have to be nice to Samantha. She, I guess, likes this woman, and then Charlotte goes, no, she's just doing this to bug us, and Carrie goes, I don't know, they haven't even had sex yet. And then they do have a moment of reflection where Charlotte goes, well, maybe we should be supportive because this is the healthiest thing Samantha's ever done in her life. Again, all three of you are way more toxic than Samantha is.
I also think that the thing that makes it so healthy is that she's waited to have sex. That's the healthiest thing you've done in your life, is just waited to have sex.
I would argue that being in a relationship with a woman is probably a lot more healthy.
I'd say that if you're 45 or 50 and you're waiting to have sex with the person that you are trying to date, you're dumb. I actually think if you're almost any age at past 25 and you're waiting more than 2 to 3 dates to have sex,
a date,
you're I'm trying to be like, I wanted to
not
say,
us.
I'm trying to be nice. I think that like, but so many, the number of people that get too far into a relationship and then realize they don't have like sexual compatibility is mind-boggling to me. What? And so like with them, why would they wait? Also, you're telling me that she looked at her pussy and then just walked away?
No, but she hadn't seen the pussy at that point. At the point that Samantha said they hadn't fucked, the pussy stuff hadn't happened. So she gets to the table. This part is funny too, because like she sits down and all the three women are like, tell us about your relationship. How are things going with Maria? And then Samantha's like, oh, do you know that there's 3 holes? And they're like, oh, I guess you fucked. But they do have a moment here, rounding back to this, where the 3 have a moment of reflection, like, oh yeah, like I'm not healthy. Like I am only having sex, because that's all Charlotte's doing, is they're just having sex. They're not moving back in together. Carrie's just having mind-blowing sex with this fucking Rain Man, as I said, Dustin Hoffman from Rain Man. And then Miranda's she's so fat. Eating.
I think the shit thing here is like, I would love to have seen this be truly the healthiest relationship that Samantha has, and just have made it very normal, like, and just like, oh, eventually they amicably break up because they realize they don't have time for each other or whatever.
I wish they'd stretched it out a lot more than just 2 episodes.
Unfortunately, if they would have done that, though, you're kind of clipping the wings of your character, Samantha, because you want her to be out. Like, I don't want to see Samantha in a boring, mundane
I think it would have been
relationship.
interesting if they'd dated for a while and then Samantha like cheats on her with a man.
It would, but I don't know if that would be good for the
stigma of what actually
I don't know. I don't think what they do is good for the stigma either, because the next episode, really, spoiler alert, is them like being in the bathtub and bathing each other, and then Maria going crazy and like.
I mean, she is fun. I will say they're very funny in that scene.
She's are.
Like, ow! Very funny. Okay, so that's pretty much it for Samantha's shit, right? Just her story wraps up with Samantha had done it. She got the sex and the relationship. Because Carrie's question here is like, can you have sex and the relationship at the same time?
Well, for now, Samantha has it, at least for the next week in the timeline of Sex in the City.
Yeah, Puseta. I'm just trying to find what Carrie's like.
Or did you say we'll see?
Puseta, I said, but I was trying to see what Carrie's like typing, what her question was. Here it is. I couldn't help. Here it is. The next day I thought about what Samantha said. She wasn't having sex because she wanted to have a relationship. And I was having mind-blowing sex, hoping to turn it into a relationship. So there you have it. We've got a relationship without sex and sex without a relationship. Which had a better shot at survival? I couldn't help but wonder, what comes first, the chicken or the sex?
Goodness. I guess it depends on who you are and what the situation is, I guess.
Yeah. Do you know, speaking of play on words, I wanted so bad to make...
What?
Because she said, what comes first, the chicken or the sex? I wanted so bad to, on our ACAT, on the audio only, to post that. Because I wanted people to know, like, this isn't the episode. This is like a pre-show. I called it a pre-show. But I wanted to call it a pre-com. Because it's like the pre-com before the episode. The live is the pre-com. But I feel like YouTube might do more present. Oh, foreplay. That's cute. I like that. I like pre-com better though. pre-show. We did a pre-show in Godspell 15 minutes before the show started. We all had to interact with the audience.
I've had multiple shows where I had to do a pre-show. The
Ooh, I
Godspell one wasn't as bad because on Godspell
we were together.
supposed to be playing like that we would go in and out of this like subway scene. So we didn't really interact with the audience.
That's right. We didn't have to interact with the. Have you ever had to interact with actual
when
people?
I did hair,
oh,
it
God,
was that we were like ingraining people into our tribe, and we were like supposed to be like dancing with people. And
I can almost guarantee when me and Brad went that you, Megan, and Michelle all just walked up to us and were like, "This is fucking bullshit."
My part, every time to that I would just walk to the very top of the audience where often no one was sitting. And then I would just stand there and wave my arms and just dance by myself.
Oh, so that's cringy as fuck too, though. That is all hair is inherently pretty cringy.
It is pretty cringy, yeah. But
let's wrap up Carrie's storyline. You did?
I got to sing like the best song, the first song, and then pretty much I didn't really have I was in the rest of it, but I didn't have to wait to sing. And whatever, guys. No one cares.
I wasn't about to go back. Just my pause there was not me trying to take us back to Sex and the City. It was me thinking of 26 other other side shoots of that conversation that I could tell you about.
Are you Ray?
I am.
Amanda is Ray.
Look how you brought us back to this story. So that's Samantha Starling. She's doing great with Maria for now. Carrie goes to Ray's house and he plays this so well, and his ability to
very well
trigger me and how accurate this is. He can't stop, and Carrie's like, "Can we just talk?" First of all, she buys a jazz CD and was like, "Look, I bought this," and he goes, "No, you need to listen to this on vinyl." I would storm out.
He doesn't just say no. She's like, "I got my first jazz CD." He takes it out of her hand and he's like, blah, 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 saying something about it. Then he throws it on his desk and is like, "You got to listen to this on the vinyl." Chuck it, pick up the vinyl, and then take it out. And it's like,
be like, I'm never going to listen to this. I bought it so that we'd have a conversation.
Single, but I would be like, "I'm done with you. I would break up with you about this."
100%.
Really?
So he goes, she goes, "Can we just talk?" And he goes, "Oh no." She's like, "We got to talk, girl. Where is this going?" And I'm just kind of clocking this for the first time here, is that that isn't what she was even trying to talk about, is where this is going. She's like, "I literally just want to talk to you and have you stay on a topic for any amount of time."
He's not only just ADHD too, he's narcissistic with it too, because all of it's about him,
Yeah.
Speaking of narcissists, did you happen to watch the Vanderpump Rules?
No. I need to watch that Diddy doc next. That's that's what I have to watch tonight.
You need to watch that.
For me and Jody's hot.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
okay.
I have a cough too cold. Okay. So they fuck. And she's like, he's going off the rails. And then there's a voiceover that's like, "I realize I had to end it, but in a little bit." So they go and fuck. She goes, "Ray, you want to play me?"
He's all over the place. He's talking about canned corn and pot pies, etc. And then she's like, "Ray," and he's like, "I got to play this. I got to do this." And she's like, "Ray, I want you to go down on me."
No, she says, "Want to play me?"
Oh, want to play me, and then
I want you to go down. So then they wake up, and then they're all lovely, and he goes, "I want water. Do you want water?" And she's like, "Yes." So then he goes out to get water, and that's what I'd be more concerned. I'd be like, "Did you hit your fucking head?" The amount. That's how quickly you managed to get. So she walks out to follow him because she hears a banjo.
Okay.
The sexy instrument.
Circling back to a point I don't think I ever made. The banjo, you were just about to say it, is the least hot instrument you could
funny that they picked that.
Sure, I guess that was probably on purpose.
And he's naked.
Damn, if you're a man who knows how to play the banjo, I'm going to need you to learn how to play one other thing.
But you're probably good with your fingers though, because you have to really.
I think the banjo is a very impressive instrument.
Yeah,
I do.
Always impressive.
Incredibly. In fact, if you could get up there and play "The Devil Went Down to Georgia" on the banjo or whatever it is,
Well,
Is
that's
that
a
on the
fiddle.
banjo?
That's a fiddle.
Shit. Okay. That
Banjo
one
would
song
be
on the
this.
Yes, but I don't get a boner when I hear that. In fact, all I can think about is Deliverance,
that
because
hick
isn't
ass
that
move. Yeah, that's the Deliverance. That's what I mean. The
like,
piggy.
so when you're in a bed, if I'm in a bedroom and a guy is like, let me go get you some water, and then from the living room I start hearing a solo banjo playing, I'm thinking I'm in for murder. But
so that's it. She's like Ray, and he's doing that, and then she, I guess, just leaves like she did with the boy girl episode. She just pieces out, which, I mean, it's an Amanda move. Not gonna lie.
I'm shocked they gave him 2 episodes. So.
Well, he's a big deal, Craig Bierko, though, at this time. He was. Remember, I told you he almost got Friends, and then he turned it down, and then he couldn't be friends with Matthew Perry for years.
I wonder if now, though, in season 4, the show will transition a bit, and maybe the people will stick around for more than 1 episode. So far, we haven't seen people dip in. Remember how, like, dip in? Oh, dip out. Dip out!
She dipped out, Lisa!
Dipped out? Anyway.
Stop calling me dude. I'm not dude. Okay, that's the end of the episode. Next week is Ghost Town, which is a very good episode. It's super sexy. Aiden comes back. He looks great. He's not fucking weird, Aiden. Yet.
Is that next week?
Next week is Ghost Town.
Oh, yeah. Guys, we are going to be doing all kinds of stuff. We're going to be recording all kinds of crap, pre-recording stuff, because it is the holidays. We won't be missing any lives, though. So we will be here live every Friday at 2 p.m. EST on YouTube. If you're just a listener, though, we're going to start posting those lives. So if you can't make it to YouTube,
it's a little freebie. You don't have to listen. You don't have to listen. It might be kind of like frustrating to listen to because we're way more we're Ray.
It's frustrating to listen to. It's fun. And it actually will make you want to come to the live if you possibly can, because we chat to the live. The live people are like all of you guys in the live chat are so funny too. So it's a fun little time.
That's it.
We love you guys.
We love you.
Patreon.com/pod in the city. Check it out. Bye.